Good evening, everybody. Now, if you want to join in with tonight's awards ceremony and perhaps send messages of congratulations to any of the award recipients and the new appointees, you can do this by using the chat button facility, which is located at the bottom of your screen. Now, you need to choose the drop-down option of panellists and attendees, which lists all the award winners and will also allow you to see your comments. Enjoy.
My Lord Lieutenant, distinguished military, government and civic dignitaries, honoured guests, ladies, gentlemen, family and friends, a very warm welcome to you all. I'm Air Commodore Pete Wally, and as the Reserve Forces and Cadets Association Regional Chairman for South Wales, it is my honour and pleasure to lead you through this Lord Lieutenant's Award ceremony. Throughout the year, reservists in Wales provide valuable support to our regular armed forces, both at home and operational duties, and in their local community. Our cadets, whether from the Sea Cadet Corps, Army Cadet Force, Air Training Corps, or the Combined Cadet Force, grow and develop into responsible and confident young citizens, achieving enormous training and sporting success, as well as providing support to their communities through many and varied activities. These endeavours help maintain the good name of the armed forces in Wales. Finally, our adult volunteers devote time, energy and effort that is truly humbling to ensure that our cadets gain the maximum benefit from what for many can be life-changing experiences in preparation for adult life. The awards ceremonies, held annually by the Lord Lieutenants of Wales, are an opportunity for deserving individuals to be publicly recognised within the community in which they live and serve for their contribution to the reserves and the cadet forces. Now, as a retired Air Commodore with 37 years service in the Royal Air Force and having been Air Officer Wales for 4 years, I am only too well aware of the importance of awards ceremonies such as this. Whilst the arrangements this year are far removed from anything we are used to, the virtual ceremony in no way reduces or demeans the value of the awards being made. This evening, Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant will be making the following presentations: the Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit, the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Lord Lieutenant's Badge for 2020, and then finally the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Appointments for 2021. Firstly then, the Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit. The Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit records the Lord Lieutenant's gratitude and recognition for outstanding service and devotion to duty. This year, the certificates are being awarded to
Captain George Edwards. Captain George Edwards was regimental lead for Exercise Cambrian Patrol, preparing, organising and commanding a team drawn from across the regiment through the demanding exercise. Testament to his tireless work ethic, motivational leadership and military skills, the regimental team achieved a silver medal, a significant achievement for a reservist unit. Shortly afterwards, Captain Edwards then volunteered for operational duties in Iraq and began pre-deployment training for Operation Shader, throwing his energy into the preparations with a level of professionalism expected of a more experienced officer. His enthusiasm inspired others, and he was soon setting the pace during a busy preparation period for mobilisation, proactively engaging with the pre-deployment training and seizing the initiative. Subsequently, he mobilised on Operation Rescript, supporting his local community in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, where he was employed in the Joint Military Centre for Wales as a staff officer in the Dyfed Powys Local Resilience Forum. In this role, he has proven himself to be skillful and diplomatic in providing liaison to 4 local authorities, 2 health boards and the local police force. Relatively inexperienced, he quickly adapted to working in a busy operational headquarters, demonstrating resilience and knowledge well beyond that normally associated with a junior officer in this key role as interlocutor between the multitude of agencies on task. For any member of the unit, this would be an exceptional year of accomplishments. However, what is truly remarkable about this individual is the way in which he has achieved these outputs. Captain Edwards has impacted those around him at every level. His professionalism and relentless drive to go above and beyond is infectious. An inspiration to other reservists, he has shown an unrivaled level commitment over the past year that duly deserves recognition in the award of a Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit. Sapper Andrew Watts. Sapper Andrew Watts passed Phase 1 basic training on 9th of June 2019, joining 2 Troop 100 Field Squadron, the Royal Monmouthshire Royal Engineers Militia, as a combat engineer with the Army Reserves in Cardiff. He completed Phase 2 combat engineer training in November 2019. Between October 2019 and August 2020, Sapper Watts trained to deploy an Operation Shader in Iraq before the unit was stood down, over multiple weekends and a 2-week camp. He simultaneously mobilised as part of Operation Rescript, on standby to assist the national COVID-19 effort during the period April to June 2020. Additionally, he completed courses as a team medic and a teaching course for Operational Shader. Likewise, he took the initiative to gain extra military qualifications online in signalling while on standby for Operational Rescript. Sapper Watts has exceeded the level of responsibility normally expected of such a junior officer. A highly attentive and quick-learning individual, he is now trusted to instruct not only during routine unit training, but also training for operations, most recently delivering a lesson on infantry assault bridging. He has also contributed to unit recruiting events and was an obvious choice to showcase what can be achieved joining the reserves. He is an inspiration to others. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Sapper Watts completed a virtual climb of Pen y Fan on his staircase at home, and in November he undertook a half marathon as part of the Royal British Legion's Poppy Run. On both occasions, he raised valuable funds for the service charity. In recognition of his dedication and commitment, Sapper Andrew Watts is recommended for the award of the Lord Lieutenant's Certificate of Merit.
We now move on to the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Badge for 2020. The Lord Lieutenant's Cadet Certificate and Badge are awarded to members of the cadet forces in recognition of those individual cadets' performance during the previous year in support of the Lord Lieutenant. This year, for their performance during 2020, the Lord Lieutenant Cadet Certificate and Badge is awarded to
Leading Cadet Joshua Edwards of Barry Sea Cadets, Leading Cadet Lily Mai Black of Penarth Sea Cadets, Cadet Corporal Madison Morgan of Dyfed and Glamorgan ACF, and Cadet Flight Sergeant Rhiann Horton of No. 372 Barry Squadron RAF Air Cadets.
The final set of awards are the Lord Lieutenant's Cadet appointments for 2021. The Lord Lieutenant has a number of cadets each year nominated by the Sea Cadet Corps, the Army Cadet Force, the RAF Air Cadets and the Combined Cadet Force. Cadets are nominated for their outstanding contribution to their respective cadet units. The cadet will support the Lord Lieutenant on special occasions such as royal visits, remembrance parades and civic events. For 2021, the appointed Lord Lieutenant's cadets are
Leading Cadet Katrina Patterson. Leading Cadet Katrina Patterson is a committed leading cadet who inspires others by encouragement, praise and instruction. She has a good understanding of how to engage with cadets of all ages and abilities and helps them to understand how they are part of the bigger picture by encouraging teamwork. She is an excellent role model to those both in and outside of Sea Cadets and is a popular cadet respected amongst her peers. Leading Cadet Patterson takes pride in achieving a high standard. This was evident when she completed a seamanship examination, achieving a score of 80+% and then not being content with this score. When Katrina has attended courses away from the unit, she is enthusiastic and motivated. Her course feedback reporting consistently give positive comments. She is the captain of the drill team, and through this role she has demonstrated her leadership skills by supporting newcomers and helping them to gain confidence. Leading Cadet Patterson is progressing within the Sea Cadets and has the aim of sharing her knowledge with others. Katrina hopes to become a member of staff, specialising in drill and cook steward, amongst others. During her period with the Sea Cadets, Katrina has made friendship networks throughout the whole of the organisation across the country. She has also supported them to prepare their promotions by providing ideas for lesson plans. Katrina is ambitious and plans to join the Royal Navy as an officer, with the hope of exploring the world and working in different countries. Leading Cadet Patterson's nomination is fully supported by her commanding officer and instructors. She is an asset to the training ship Cardiff and is an excellent Sea Cadet. In recognition of these attributes, Leading Cadet Katrina Patterson is recommended for the appointment of Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for South Glamorgan 2021. Cadet Flight Sergeant Thomas John. Cadet Flight Sergeant Thomas John of 372 Barry Squadron, Royal Air Force Air Cadets, is at the forefront of setting and maintaining drill, dress and discipline standards at 372 Squadron and has shown himself to be a naturally gifted leader. He is a Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award holder, a squadron marksman, a basic radio operator and a youth first aider, as well as a talented sportsman who has excelled particularly in rugby and football, representing number Welsh Wing and Wales and West Region continuously over the last 5 years. In 2020, Thomas was selected to represent the Royal Air Force Air Cadets at the very highest level in rugby. He is a qualified sport leader and holds a TAG Rugby Leader qualification. He has assisted in the Wing Sports Officer on many occasions, running sporting activities for 200 Air Cadets at the No. 1 Welsh Wing Sports Day and organising, running, rugby and football trials, and is also selecting teams to represent No. 1 Welsh Wing at RAF Cosford. He is also a crucial member of the squadron band, able to play either the snare or bass drums at public events, as well as training new cadets to play these instruments. Flight Sergeant John has experienced camps at RAF Cosford, Henlow, Ramstein and Sennelager in Germany, as well as camps in Poland, Belgium and France. These camps have greatly helped develop his confidence and the leadership skills, as well as raising his awareness of the armed forces, and he is always keen to pass on his skills and benefit of his experience to the younger cadets. During the summer of 2020, he achieved his private pilot's licence, flying solo at the age of 17. This new flying experience will greatly benefit the Air Cadets, as Flight Sergeant John will be at the forefront of teaching the principles of flight, putting theory into practice. Flight Sergeant John has also supported many organisations in his community through fundraising and has provided over 200 plus hours of volunteering. He has, for example, supported the Royal British Legion, Royal Air Forces Association, Barry Rotary Club and Bobath Children's Charity. In view of his fine character and achievements, Flight Sergeant Thomas John is highly recommended for appointment as a Lord Lieutenant's Cadet.
My Lord Lieutenant, that concludes the awards ceremony. May I please invite you to say a few words?
Noswaith dda. Y mae'n fraint ac yn anrhydedd I ymuno â chwi heno. Good evening. I am delighted to join you at the Reserve Forces and Cadets Association Awards ceremony, which is always an important event in the lieutenancy calendar. I appreciate that these occasions are very special, and I am so pleased that despite the difficult circumstances wrought by the pandemic, we have been able to proceed with the presentations this evening. We have had to tackle many aspects of our lives differently over the past year, and I would like to thank the team who have arranged tonight's virtual ceremony to enable us to reward and celebrate the excellent service given by our reservists and cadets. I warmly congratulate the recipients on your achievements. It has been a pleasure listening to the impressive citations. You have shown the best attributes of members of the association. Today, our reserve forces have a hugely important role to play in the defence of our country. They have demonstrated so much commitment and dedication supporting their regular counterparts, especially earlier in the millennium. Their contribution to society is invaluable, and we are very proud of them. Despite the changes to the way they operate, they remain committed to serving the country in their spare time as volunteers. We are most fortunate in having such exceptional part-time soldiers, sailors and airmen. Approximately 100 reservists were mobilised last year to support training teams and exercise abroad, as well as backfilling gaps within regular forces at home. In addition, a further 200 reservists in Wales were mobilised to support the fight against COVID-19 by supporting operations rooms, driving and deep cleaning ambulances, and supporting COVID-19 testing. The cadet forces are also truly amazing organisations where military training, youth work, civilian qualifications and community work help develop our young people to take their place in society, to give them confidence and to make them excellent team players and leaders of tomorrow who will help build a better world. They too deserve our full support. I am sorry that because of the pandemic I was unable to spend time with my last year's cadets, Able Cadet Joshua Edwards, Able Cadet Lily Mae Black, Cadet Corporal Madison Morgan and Cadet Sergeant Rhian Horton. Your opportunities to experience serving as Lord Lieutenant's cadets were severely curtailed. However, I would like to acknowledge your high calibre and achievements leading up to your appointment as Lord Lieutenant cadets. You are a credit to your units. I hope that later this year we will turn a corner and that my newly appointed cadets, Flight Sergeant Thomas John and Leading Cadet Katrina Patterson, will be able to support me at lieutenancy events. I am mindful that the cadet forces would not operate but for the superb dedication and commitment of the officers and adult volunteers who give up their free time for the organisation. Thank you for the encouragement and care you show our young people. In particular, in these challenging times, I should like to pay tribute to the ingenuity of adult volunteers who have grasped technology with enthusiasm to develop online training so successfully. Also, I wish to thank all guests for joining us tonight to hear of the excellent accomplishments of the reserves and cadets. I would especially like to thank you, the parents, for your continued support and commitment. You should be extremely proud of what your sons and daughters have achieved, as we are. Regrettably, we are unable to meet in person tonight, but we are so grateful for the important role you play. My thanks again to the Reserve Forces and Cadets Association for Wales for organising the evening. You have risen to the challenges brought about by the pandemic to ensure that we have been able to enjoy another very successful event. Finally, I would like to thank Colonel Nick Beard, who will be retiring as Chief Executive later this year, for his sterling contribution over the past several years. He has always generously supported the lieutenancy, which is greatly appreciated. The South Glamorgan Lieutenancy send him our heartfelt best wishes for a happy, healthy and enjoyable retirement. Warmest congratulations once more to all those who have received awards tonight. Llongyfarchiadau cynnes I bawb. Nos da a cadwch yn iach.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Now please keep an eye on our website and our social media channels over the coming days for any updates on tonight's event. And that'll also include a full recording of the ceremony, which will be posted on our YouTube channel. Thanks again and good night.